For the past week, I've uploaded a video every single day, and I intend to do this until the end of the month. But before that, I was uploading 2 videos a week, and even that sounded intimidating. When I thought about it, I was like, okay, I need to put in work to make this actually work. And now I'm doing once a day, and it's not that hard. Let me explain how you actually do this. Because my views have been shooting up, and before this challenge, they were actually going the opposite way and shooting down just because it's the month of August and things like this happen. So how do you actually are able to post one video every single week? Well, or every single day rather. The first thing is setting timers. Now, I don't really set timers like physically, but in my head I don't have that much time to do what I want to do. So I know that by X time I have to have this done and dusted, the video idea, the video filming, and most likely I'll script my videos during later in the day. Then on the next day I'll film the video and edit the video, and then later in the day again I have the video ideas and so on, so that I have that ready for the next day. So this is basically my everyday what's happening. So when I do this, I know that I'm going to do this. So it eliminates so much, because when you think about, should I make a video today? Is this the right time? Am I feeling the energy to make the video, or do I feel tired? All that stuff. That is all sorts of things that just make you decision fatigued. So many decisions are based on, or the fatigue is based on, am I going to make this video? Do I feel like I should make that video? Is this the right decision? Is this the right topic? All that stuff. But when you make a video every single day, all of that just goes out the window, because should I make a video? Yes. Am I tired? Maybe, maybe not, but it's not going to make a difference. And is this the right topic? Well, once you've decided on a topic, you're not just going to think about it again just because you're making the video. You don't have time to do that. And what ends up happening is you end up going into a rhythm that just gets you going, and just you make videos and one after the other. So when you have something to do, and I can't find an example outside of YouTube or outside of this specific example, but okay, I've got one. So when a plane takes off, it uses a ton of fuel, a ton of energy to get it from 0 kilometers an hour or miles per hour, and it takes so much energy to get going and finally take off and then go up. But once it's up there, it doesn't actually use that much of energy. It's just going through very, very little fuel compared to what it takes off. And I don't have the exact numbers, but it's probably like 90% of it is used taking off or something like that. So once you know that and you transfer that into YouTube, it's exactly the same. When you make 1 video a week, like I used to, or make 2 videos a week, even 3 videos a week, you have, every time you use that energy to try again and try again and try again and try again, and so every time you're starting again over and over and over again. But when you're making this every single day, you get into this rhythm, and it's just like the plane that's up there and going from one destination to the next. It's just floating there without thinking too much about it, just because you don't use that energy. It's just you're into a flow. And I actually made a video earlier today, and I said today I'm only going to film 1 video, but once you actually have the rhythm, I was like, I'm making the next one, because that was my plan. I wanted to make 2 videos, because on the weekends I try to slow down, try to not think about YouTube too much, even though it's still in my mind all the time. but I don't have that energy that's just flowing through and just keep it going. And the rhythm also gets you something that you wouldn't expect, because you progress so much. Because when you're making one video or two videos a week, you're just doing that like it's taking you, you're progressing twice a week, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But when you do this every single day, you're progressing every day. And this is probably the second video where I'm not going to edit at all. Like, I'm just going to edit the beginning, the end, and that's it. Maybe a cut here in the middle or something. But most likely it's not going to have any cuts at all. And the one take videos is something that I've been trying to do forever. But because of this challenge, it's only taken me a week, and I've already done two of those where I just do the video, I do it in one take, and that's it. And it's just the best feeling ever, because it connects you with your audience. And it's something that I've said in previous videos, that I wanted to work my way up to do this and try to do this. But since I'm filming every single day, or almost every single day, I have one day that I didn't, but I still had the videos come out. That's why I filmed 2 a day. And because I've been doing this and being on a rhythm, it just felt natural. I didn't, when I did the first one that I didn't edit, or I just cut the beginning and the end, the first one take video, I didn't think that it would be a one take video. But just because I just went there and just got into that rhythm, it just ended up being that way, and I was super stoked on it. And it was just a couple, I think 2 days ago, and I'm doing this again right now because it's just so simple to do. And before that, it would be impossible. I would have to look at my notes. I still do have my notes written down, but I don't tend to look at them. It's just something that you just get on, and it's almost easier to do one video a day than it is to do twice. Now, you are a little more tired. I'm more tired than when I was doing 2 videos a week. But still, you just get into that rhythm. And I said this when I first started this challenge, that I expect the first 2 weeks to be hard and then get easier. So I'm expecting to maybe get into that rhythm and be a bit less tired. But right now, it's still going all right. Like, I am more tired, but also the videos are just flowing through. I have, this other day, I was going to film one video, and I looked at my notes. I was like, actually, I have another idea, and I could do it right now. And that's the first video that I did. So I didn't even have the title, the thumbnail, like I usually do. I just put out that video, it was coming out of my head. And that's something that never happened to me when I was just doing 2 videos a week. And I might go back to that. I probably will, because you do get tired. And there are some constraints to it, because you have time, you still have to make a video every day, and there's still some things that go on. But really, it's not as hard as I expected it to be, just because you get into that rhythm. And you might have to take some time out to do, because if you edit your videos and it takes you so much time, you're going to have to do that, to cut out all of that. Now, I don't typically edit my videos a lot, and that's something that I want to do, because I want my videos to be more real. But if you do, and maybe you're used to actually taking a lot of time to edit your videos, if you do this challenge, you will have to cut it out, and it will go naturally, because you only have maybe an hour to edit the video. And that's just how it works. You just have to cut out some things just to make this, to put out the next video and the next video and the next video. Because if I filmed this video and I was filming it for the next day, it probably wouldn't work that much, because like, it would work for a certain period of time, but then something would come up, I wouldn't be able to film, and I would have a dead day, just like I had earlier this week, where I had something going on and I couldn't film a video. So when things like this happen, it's like these are going to happen, so you have to put out some videos earlier. So that's my kind of way of dealing with making a video every single week, and the things that, or every day, that just work up to be something that's super positive. Not only my views, but also the way I create YouTube videos, the way I now make one take videos sometimes, not the last one, but this one is a one take. And it's something that I would never have, and especially in August when the views shoot down, and I'll make an analytics video at the end of the month either way, because I do every month. But it's the views are going up even though it should be going down, and it started to go down before I started this challenge. So it's interesting. The subscribers aren't quite there yet. Some of you are subscribing. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Steven. And so it's kind of going up slowly, but it should be going down. So I'm super stoked on it, and it's not as hard as it seems. So with that said, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye for now.